All right, now we are on to finding the extreme values of a given function on a given interval. This is from our key idea at the end of the section here. Our first function is f of x equal x cubed minus 3x plus 1, and our interval is 0 to 3. And if you look on the steps, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to evaluate the function at each of the endpoints. So we're going to look at f of 0, because that's one endpoint of our interval. So that's going to be 0 cubed minus 3 times 0 plus 1, so we get 1. And then we're going to look at f of 3. So this will be 3 cubed minus 3 times 3 plus 1. 3 cubed is 27. So we have 27 minus 9 plus 1. So that will be 18 plus 1, or 19. So that's step 1. Step 2 is that we want to find the critical point of our function. So we're going to find the derivative. F prime of x is 3x squared minus 3. Again, this is a polynomial, so we don't ever have to worry about where the derivative doesn't exist. So we're just going to set the derivative equal to 0 in order to find the critical points. So we're going to have 3 times quantity x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and factor. So we have 3 times quantity x minus 1 times x plus 1 equals 0. So this means our critical numbers are x equal 1 and x equal negative 1. Now, because what we care about is this given interval from 0 to 3, we get to ignore our critical number, which is x equal negative 1, because it is not in the interval between 0 and 3. All right, so now our last thing we have to do is we have to evaluate the function at our critical number, but only the one that's in our interval. So that's going to be f of 1. So that will be 1 cubed minus 3 times 1 plus 1. So this is going to give us a total of negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. And now, out of the values we have found for the function, we are going to pick the highest, that will be our absolute max. We're going to pick the lowest, that will be our absolute min. So the ones we've evaluated, we have f of 0 is 1, we had f of 3 is 19, and then we had f of 1 is negative 1. So out of all of those, we see our absolute max, and this is the absolute maximum value, is 19, and then the absolute min value is negative 1.